we're going to go into this. Let me see. I'm going to start off with talking about a really common effect that I like to use, a radio or telephone effect. Okay, I have a preset here. I'm just going to drag it onto these. I already have like a little overdrive for the that was there originally. Okay, let me break this down because we're going to work on it. This is just like my preset right now. Okay. So radio or telephone effect. So I think it made sense for this area. This is more of a breakdown in the song right after the second chorus.
Rains on the street. I need a smoke break. And some motherfucking better ass.
All right, so I just haven't, and let me take that last EQ off.
And some motherfucking better ass.
Some of those frequencies, this was just a scratch vocal, but we didn't have to redo it, even though it sounded a bit weird.
And some motherfucking better ass.
There's some like weird low frequency, like low mids that I don't like about that, but that doesn't matter. We're going to be putting a radio effect on it. All right, I'm going to high pass and low pass. It's more of like it's the ×4, so it's a bit of a harsher, was it like a 4-pole? So just a harsher slope. All right, so I have the high pass filter, which is a low cut at 245, and I have this top one up about 10K.
And some motherfucking better ass.
I can even leave that all the way up.
And some motherfucking...
Okay, next I have a gate, and I usually like to take the gate on there because if there's background noise, let me see. I don't know if you can hear that. I'll boost that up real quick. I don't necessarily want this in the track. All right, especially if I'm about to put this overdrive on it, because that's going to really bring up a lot of that stuff. So a lot of distortion. It's going to bring up a lot of those quieter sounds. So I really want to have the gate, or I'm just going to cut it off. So either way, I'm doing both.
And some motherfucking better ass.
Okay, next I'm going to put a compressor on. I just really like the 76 compressor. Again, like I said, I just got the Apollo 8XP. I'm really liking the Apollo version of this. It sounds a bit smoother, but the Waves one is still really great. This is the CLA 76.
And some
really compressing a bit harsh, so I don't need to compress that much.
And some motherfucking better ass. And some motherfucking...
Again, like I was saying in some of the previous chapters of this kind of video series, gain staging is really important. Make sure you turn on and off an effect and make sure that it's roughly the same volume in case you need to replace it or swap it out with something later.
And some motherfucking better ass. And some motherfucking better ass. And some
Just close enough. Okay, it's doing a bit compressing. It's just gonna bounce. It's gonna kind of squash it out. Not a big deal anyway. Okay.
And some
Next, I'm gonna put the overdrive on.
And some
I'm gonna crank it a little bit more.
And some motherfucking better ass. And some motherfucking...
It's definitely boosting up the volume a lot. So I'm going to throw a utility on. This is something I do really common. If the effect that I'm using doesn't have a way to adjust the gain, the output gain of that effect, like an overdrive or a comment on like a chorus effect or something, I'm going to just add a utility afterwards, and I'm going to put it in a group. That way I can turn the group on and off to test out if I like the volume up or down.
And some motherfucking better ass.
So it sounds like it's a bit louder. I'm going to bring the utility down.
And some motherfuck.
A little bit more.
And some motherfuck.
That's a bit closer. Okay. Again, gain staging.
And some motherfucking better ass.
Okay, after that, I'm going to put another EQ on. So this is more for, again, shaping the sound.
And some motherfucking better ass. And some motherfuck. And some motherfucking better ass. And some motherfucking better ass.
You know, that is a lot more important than the first EQ. The first one is to just kind of take out some of the unneeded frequencies. I don't really need that low end. This other one is to kind of more shape and make it fit in with the song. Last, I have an auto pan, which I tend to use for ad-libs just to give it some movement left and right. I'll tend to automate the pan left and right on the ad-libs, or I'll just duplicate the ad-lib track and have a left track and a right track. maybe group those and put these effects on it. That way, I can still have it stereo and choose what I want to come at the left or the right. Auto pan is a quick, easy way to kind of move stuff around. In this case, I'm not using that. But it's good to have in the signal chain. I use it a lot. Let's listen to it again now with the radio kind of effect on it.
I feel my brain start to shrink. I need a smoke break. And some motherfucking better ass. I need a smoke break. And some motherfucking better ass. I'm ready to feel.
Cool, that sounds great. Really kind of easy effect. Again, that's my preset, and I am going to do a lot of adjusting from there. There's still some other little tips and things that I would change, but this is a basic, rough idea for kind of a radio effect. There's also other plugins you can use. There's other boosts. Like I might boost around 1K, or there's some other cool waves plugins that I would use to kind of complement this, but I'm just mostly trying to stick to Ableton effects. A lot of this stuff you can use within Ableton just to make it easy for you guys.